No, that was horrible. That was, you can't resist it. You just can't resist that urge.
I like it. All right, welcome back, everyone. Season 2, Chapter 2 of the Alex and Sasha podcast.
Yep.
I'm your co-host, Sasha.
And I'm Alex.
And we already said that.
Exactly.
All right, so this week we are joined with a special guest. His name is Dylan, right? Say hi.
What up, everybody?
Yep. Dylan.
Hey, Dylan. All right, so he'll be joining us for...
Don't be uncomfortable, Dylan. Just don't be.
Don't
Just
be
let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Be you, man. Yeah. Be you. Set yourself free.
We're going to regret that in 20 minutes.
What the?
I'm kidding. All right, so we have an exciting show for you guys. We are joined with Dylan. He is from New York.
Yep.
Bronx, born and raised. East Tremont, what up?
What?
No,
Stop
Gun Hill, man.
Gun Hill.
Damn, it's wrong. Freaking.
No, East Tremont. That's my hood. That's my block.
What? Can you please stop? Sasha just believes that he's like literally has like the awesomest like rep, but it doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist.
The duality of my life.
That doesn't exist.
Okay, so Miss Alex.
What up?
How are you?
I'm
How was
alright.
your week?
I'm alright. It was really hard this week, but it's not hard. It was hard for a different reason. Anyway, but it was a good week though. It was good. It was decent. Oh, first week of classes. First week of classes, and it's terrifying, guys. I'm literally terrified. I'm taking 4 classes, and I think I may have been on cocaine or something at some point. Because why did I pick 4? I need to stop, but it's too late now. I'm committing to it. You started, you got to finish it.
All right. Good luck. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, I won't die.
You won't die.
So I'm
Close to it, but
yeah,
you'll be fine.
near death experiences the whole semester.
All right. Well, you're gonna ask me about my week.
I never do. Why
know,
you? Why?
and
No, I don't care.
I'm forever disheartened by it.
Aww.
Dylan, ask me about my week.
Hey, how's your week going?
Hey, my week was rough. It was depressing.
Tell us why.
Well, a lot of shit happened. A lot of shit happened this week. It's been rough, but we're working on it. I'm gonna go into detail about how it was.
We already had this whole discussion.
We already had a discussion.
We're in this.
Yeah, I don't feel like reliving it.
It was literally Sasha's like on my like his entire kumbaya session before this began this whole recording.
Yes,
it's all about Sasha as usual.
Yes,
I'm
still very. What's the word?
I don't know. Disgruntled, distressed.
Man, I'm here. I'm numb.
Damn,
there we go.
Here. Okay. Oh.
I'm here.
Crawling in my skin. Two swirls. I'm not able.
Dylan, what about you? How was your week?
Yeah, my week's been sunshine and lollipops. Leave it at that.
Sunshine
nice.
and lollipops. Damn.
What kind of lollipops?
The medicinal kind.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Dang. You gonna share this?
Cheers to that. Yeah. You got samples? Did you bring some accoutrements for us?
Can't talk about that on the air.
Sharing and caring. Sharing is caring.
All right.
This is so horrible. It should be better, Tessa. We should be better. We're getting worse. We should be better.
Yeah. So I guess that's enough of the personal touch.
Yeah, man.
Talk about our lives.
Yeah.
All right. Let's jump into the top 3 songs of the week. This is where we figure out. We all each come up with 3 songs that we like that we've listened to over the week, and
that you are repeating in your head constantly. Your addiction, basically.
So I'll go first.
Yes.
All right.
I always do.
Yeah, of course. My first song is "Eventually" by Tame Impala.
Oh,
it's a good song. All my songs by this week, by the way, they have deeper meanings because it's just been a shitty week. So I've been leaning on these songs to get me through.
To save you.
Yeah, to save me. Eventually, Tame Impala.
Yep.
The next one is Bonita Applebaum. She Gotta Put Me On from A Tribe Called Quest. It's a happy song. It's an older song. It's like, what is it, 90s?
Yeah.
90s?
Mid-90s.
Mid-90s.
Yep.
But good choice, man.
Yeah, it's a good choice. And my last song is Facts by Kanye.
He has to put it
The song it's a diss record. We're not going to get into details about who it is. But it's a good song. It's a good hype song. It's
morning song, wake up.
Huh?
Go to work.
Huh?
A morning song to go to work.
Go to work?
Yeah, like the song like it hype you up. You in the car playing. Yeah.
And it's have you listened to it?
No.
Have you
I had to have.
No.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
You had to have listened.
Yeah,
to
I did. I had to. Okay, dude. Seriously, this Sasha had me listen to like a bunch of Kanye before the concert. I had to like brush up on my Kanye like dictionary. I had a playlist on Spotify. I had to listen to 2 times a day to make sure I was hype enough to sing the songs at the concert.
She was not going to go to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and not know His words. Okay.
I can't. It was a struggle. That was a long week. That's a very long week for me. Oh my God. So much Kanye, so little time.
That was good times, though.
Oh man.
That was good times.
That pie though. That pie though. The pie was good. Anyway, so my 3 songs are more random and they come from my Throwback Thursday playlist that Spotify gives me, and I was just surprised how well they know my listening palette. And there's Ho Hey by Lumineers. Sorry.
Hey Ho.
I know. Why did you do that?
Is it Ho Hey or Hey Ho?
Hey Ho. But the fact that you spelled it as HOE instead of HO just kills me. That's not how it's spelled. It's not a gardening tool, okay? God damn it. And then the other song is Kids by MT. I think they're my second time talking about them. I love them. The sound is it's mellow, but then it's so hype. It's like mixture of 90s and the 80s and saves all into one. It's a good mesh. I love that. I love them. And then the last one is Only Love by Ben Howard. In my feelings with that one. But in my feelings with that one, but it's a really good song.
What about love?
No, not that. That's the wrong song, bro.
Never mind.
Just no. Okay, there. So,
all right.
You have 3 for us?
DeLeon.
Yes, I do. I've been getting into Tyler the Creator's 911 because the beat. It feels so old school. It has a boom bop tune to it. It's just so catchy. Also stars Frank Ocean. Like a little R&B here and there.
Frank is the guy.
Yes.
Also Anna of the North, but I haven't heard much from her.
How is that his single? 911?
No, I think his first single was Who That Boy.
Yeah, that's it.
I think 911 was the second single.
I haven't listened to his
I have no recollection of him at all.
Tyler the Creator?
I don't.
No?
I don't. It's weird because you think the album would be all up on that, but nah. I haven't. Like, because to me, it's like he's like I don't want to compare him to it, but they're like the new age nerds.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Very eclectic.
Yep. So I feel like I should know more, but I haven't.
But I feel like that's the growing like trend with especially like black artists, like with SZA, Frank, Tyler. Like I feel like they all fit that category. Yeah. It's like that all black.
Brian Taylor, Brian Tyson, whatever.
Bryson Tiller.
Thank you. Yeah. He's also too. Mm-hmm. That tone. It's different movement.
Miguel.
Oh my goodness, Miguel. Oh.
Yeah, Miguel is cool.
Miguel, yes.
Sorry, but what was your other songs?
Next one, I was just checking this out on Rise Records, and Tiger Army, Dark and Lonely Night. It has a very 60s swing vibe to it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's catchy.
You have an old soul.
Thank you.
Soul. I know, it's a compliment. Hair flip. Hey.
And the last one, oh, sorry. Didn't mean to.
No, good.
Last one, Bootsy Collins, I'd Rather Be. I have an old I've been going through an old R&B kick.
It's the classics. You have to. You have to go back to those roots.
Oh yeah,
you have to go back to those roots. It feels you feel more complete from hearing those songs at any time of the day.
I mean, it's been my hype song. Like it just gets me going.
It gets you going.
And that song's been sampled too, like by 2 or 3 other artists, right? Snoop Dogg definitely.
Tupac.
Yes. Ooh, Pac every day. Sorry. I'm a Pop versus Biggie. Is that weird? But you can tell that from me because I've always been like in my heart. I'm a West Coast girl by heart.
I like Biggie's lyrics.
I mean,
but I like Pac's.
No, I love his lyrics. I love Tupac's lyrics.
It was all a dream.
I grew up. I'm from the East Coast. I grew up. I like West Coast. I grew up with Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Tupac. Mm-hmm. I mean, don't get me wrong, Biggie's great, but I was more towards Tupac. Please judge me.
I don't know why. It just touched me. I don't understand what about him that it seemed like I have to go to California. Like I feel like I'm up in Miami, and I feel like I'm supposed to be a Californian girl. I'm
Wasn't Tupac born in New York?
No. All day.
No, he was born in New York, but he moved to the West Coast.
I don't think that.
I remember seeing something about that.
You do that, you hurt my
soul. I know his mom's like a former Black Panther.
Yes.
Tupac, and that's the thing, like, he grew up in a relatively better life.
He did.
He went to one of the top schools
for art and everything. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
so did Nicki Minaj.
And that's why I
Lady
like
Gaga.
Yeah, and that's why I like Biggie, because I feel like in terms of authenticity, like he's more
for me. With Tupac, his from him having the gutter plus everything plus the upbringing, he may have had like a little slight upbringing, whatever, that gives him a palette that he can change his mode, his songs. Like you listen to the album from beginning to end, there's like hood, gutter, Tupac, and then it's like classical music Tupac in the same album. And I think about like the most why it reminds me of like when I listen to like J. Cole, I can feel that Tupac in there.
I mean, I gotta agree. It's just the emotion he brings to the tracks. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just from like Shed So Many Tears, like.
Come on, for real.
Tupac? Yes. You listen to Shed So Many Tears.
Biggie, fuck bitches, get money.
Really? No. Really? You'll compare that?
Sip more on my living room floor, play Nintendo, it's easily on.
No.
Until Hit 'Em Up came.
What the fuck? We're supposed to even part of our segment, but like we're going ham with this. But it's like this Biggie with Tupac thing here. This is serious. Some serious stuff.
All right, so is that your 3 songs?
Yes.
Okay. You guys want to take a quick break, or do you want to keep continuing and go back into it? Because I'm about to go ham on this Trump Pito shit.
Yeah, so we need to refresh ourselves and our drinks and stuff.
All right, let's take a quick break, pay some bills.
Keep saying we paying bills. We have none.
Oof, you should speak. I got a bill.
What? Bruh, come on. I live on.
We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Welcome back, everybody. We took a couple minutes to...
No one didn't even know, but it's been a while.
Yeah. All right, so let's jump into our next segment, which is what the fuck is going on? WTF. All right, so bear with me, guys. This section, I really want to dig into Trumpito.
Trumpito's ass, but yeah.
I think it's important because he's said a lot of fuck shit this week, as usual. And the major thing that I guess you see on the TV, on the news, is that he pardoned Sheriff Arpaio. He was a sheriff in Arizona. I forget the county. I think it's Maricopa or something. He pardoned him because Arpaio was actually a couple months ago. He found that he was using illegal practices. He was purposely what is the word? Harassing, going after Mexicans because he hates Mexicans. So during last night, when we found out Hurricane Harvey, or was it Henry? Harvey.
Some white name.
Hurricane Harvey. And
H's are horrible, by the way. H's hurricanes are usually the shittiest.
Henry.
Yep.
Dylan has volunteered to be quiet on this topic because
don't touch politics.
He doesn't touch politics. But it's important to know what's going on, and it's important to know not to fall into the bullshit that you see on CNN or MSNBC, because it's all just perpetuated media, and it's just feeding the stupid. All right. So Arpaio was pardoned. Also, during that time, Hurricane Harvey was now a Category 4, which is huge, especially for Texas. I mean,
yeah, it was.
And all Trumpito said was good luck. They're like, what do you have to say to the people of Texas? He's like, good luck, and the thumbs up.
What the fuck?
But luckily, I think it's a Category 1 now. It just touched landfall, like, I think early this morning. So it's supposed to still bring 3 feet of rain, but in terms of, 8 people have died so far. So it's
Houston, so they probably just died from just being Houston's people. But,
so,
Texas are.
They're not used. Florida, we're used to hurricanes.
But like, whatever, hair flip. Oh, just raining outside, no damn hurricane. Like, they're like, oh my god, the sky is crying.
So with all this happening, and also this all literally happened like within an hour span. Hurricane H became a Category 4. Trumpito pardoned Arpaio. And this all happened during the same time. The Wall Street Journal released an article with an update on the investigation, Trumpito's investigation by Mueller. So and Trump purposely does this stuff. His legal team, his whole PR team, they purposely like let him say stupid shit so the media eats that up, and so the background of what's really happening, no one catches. But I caught it, and we're gonna get into it. All right, so Peter W. Smith, he is a GOP operative. He committed suicide, quote unquote. He's actually the one that was going after Hillary Clinton's email. He's the one that made the contact with the Russian officials to actually hack into the system. He did. He hacked the DNC, hacked the emails. So he was found dead in July, 10 days later after he had an interview with the Wall Street Journal, which is the one I'm referencing. So you do the math there. And he is not the first one to die. If you guys noticed, I think it's been so far 4 or 5 ambassadors to Russia have died mysteriously. One was shot point blank in a public setting. So
it's a hit. It's a serious hit right there.
Yeah. So
what a dandy bullshit right there.
While Trump is in the media is focusing on his stupid shit that he always says. I don't know why it's surprising that he says something else stupid.
His random rallies he's have.
Yeah.
He's like, who the fuck has so many victory rallies? It's really arrogant. What the fuck? You won. Okay, bye. Okay, thank you.
So Peter Smith is dead. But before he died, he gave the Wall Street Journal his account of what happened, and he told them everything. Then he died 10 days later. So they have made a connection between Peter Smith and Trump advisors, Kellyanne Conway and Steve Bannon.
Is she still there?
Yeah, she's still there.
Still there?
Yeah. So let me get into it. So the 13,000, huh?
Mission Banner.
I'm sorry.
The Mission Banner.
Oh, Bannon.
Bannon, whatever. Sorry.
Oh, he was fired. I guess. At this point in time, we shouldn't be surprised at what Trumpito says or what he does. We know he's mentally unhinged. We know he's racist as fuck. And that's what surprised me about the media. They always fall for his tricks. They always do it. He did this when he was running for president. He did this now when he's president. And they still fall for it. They don't hold him accountable. They're not tough on him. The only one who's tough on him is the Wall Street Journal because, well, they're tough on him, but they're not tough on him. But a lot of the media giants are also connected, so that makes sense. Like they're not gonna say anything that'll go against him because at the end of the day, it's all about profit margins and sales and ad revenues for them. Mm-hmm. So I get it, but
get that buddy off of him.
Yeah, but we're gonna find the truth out. Okay, so
the wokeness is so high right now.
My voice is high?
No, the wokeness, the woke level of this section.
Is it too woke, Dylan?
Dropping them red pills, man. Stop it.
Okay, I won't get too far into this, but what you need to know is that right now, Peter Smith is the central focus because he is the one that is going to tie the collusion and the, collusion, intent, and conspiracy all together. Because, I mean, him acting on alone to try to hack into Hillary's email system, whatever, the DNC, all that shit, he's fine doing that, but what Mueller's looking for is if there was any transactions, which there was, of payments made to him for doing this, and with him taking that information and taking it to Trump campaign. So it's been already proven that he's given that information to Steve Bannon and Kellyanne Conway. He's confirmed that. They have, of course, denied. And that is showing that there was collusion and there was, beyond a reasonable doubt, that there was an intent. And not an intent from just America, but from Russia. And that's the connecting point that we need to know, that there was intent on both sides, and they purposely did this. And from there, Mueller will move on with his investigation. He actually did. Next week, he's calling in grand juries. He also issued subpoenas for Paul Manafort's... Paul Manafort was Trump's former campaign advisor, who also is a Russian jockey. So... what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, I think it's going to be... I mean, it's already a tough time for us as America, but, I mean, once this actually hits the fan, it's going to get real. I'm not going to dig into too deep into the conspiracies.
It will happen. We'll see it happening unfold anyway.
Yeah, and based on like the investigation and where it's heading, it seems like Trump. Okay, Trump is going to jail.
Yes.
Jared's going to jail. Jared Kushner, Ivanka's husband, Trump's new boy. Eric Trump Jr. is going to jail.
Yes.
Kellyanne Conway is going to jail. Steve Bannon is going to jail. But when you dig deeper into it, I mean,
they might just mysteriously,
Mike Pence go to jail.
Sleep.
Paul Ryan's going to jail.
Spencer.
Yeah, and that's what. Yeah, because there's tape, quote unquote tape, showing Paul Ryan communicating with Russian officials because they were funding the RNC, the Republican National Committee.
Oh Jesus!
So the more you dig deeper into this, like, I was up all late last night, like reading into this. The more you dig deeper into it, the more you're just like, damn.
This sounds like some Hail Hydra shit.
Yeah, like it's so deeply embedded.
Oh yes, Hail Hydra.
That's some Hail Hydra shit right there.
Hail Hydra.
It's basically it's a Marvel reference. It's where it's pretty much it was Russians, right? No, they're German.
No, it was German. A branch off the Nazis.
Yeah, no, yes, it was German. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. Anyway, basically, they infiltrated SHIELD, which was supposed to be saving the American side, fighting against them and everything, and they infiltrated and it came involved into it. So it sounds like the same you describe right now. It's like the same
like
thing.
When Captain America came out?
Yes, that's Captain America.
That's Captain America is running Hydra right now. By the way, if you keep up with comics.
Yes, that I saw that. That's like my door tag was like "Stay calm" and "Hail Hydra," and no one get it besides one person. I was like, "Yes, you understood it."
Yeah, I'm Marvel World. We're gonna have an episode about that. We'll dig into the Marvel World.
You must enlighten you.
So, not to dig too deep into the confusing one, but it's a tough time right now for Americans, for the world. It's just going to be a tough time for us. We just need to not feed into the media. What you see on CNN and MSNBC and Fox is just shit.
The fake news.
Fake news. And I'm going to say fake news in terms of it's just the way they deliver it. They know the American electorate's stupid, hence why we have Trump. So there's a way to feed information to stupid, CNN. But if you really want to know what's going on, I urge you all to just stick with knowing, like, a lot of this stuff is quote-unquote public information because it's an investigation.
Yes.
And Congress is actually the Senate Intel Committee who's actually investigating Trump. They're also about to release a shit ton of information. It's going to take a while, but what's important for that release is that it's going to release Trump's dossier. And that's the dossier, that's like a pack of information they have on you that is threatening. And that's what they said that energized Putin to go after Trump because Trump likes to get peed on. Whatever.
You had to go there. You had
that's
to go
what
to
the dossier say. He gets Russian hookers and they pee on him.
But hey, Alex, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think all of this information is going to actually be put out into the media? I'm pretty sure something, quote unquote, is going to happen to cover it.
No, it's going to happen.
No.
It's going to happen because at this point in time,
it's too much against him.
Too much against him, yeah. He's isolating himself. And he's acting like this because he knows his time is running short. Oh, yeah. I'm Alex. I'm Sasha. She's Alex. It's all right, Dylan. It's all right. So, another thing I heard also I was reading about and people got excited about was that articles of impeachment have been filed against Trumpito in the House.
Yep.
But what's important to know about that is that you can file articles of impeachment, but it has to go to the floor. It has to get majority vote from the floor to officially file those articles of impeachment, and then the Senate is the one who tries the person in being impeached. And an impeachment doesn't mean you're removed from office. Impeachment just means it's a trial, or it's a trial. And so, in order for him to be removed from office,
I usually thought that whenever they did an impeachment, it was usually the president was like they would resign when they even got moved forward, right?
Nixon did that because he was going to jail.
Clinton.
They impeached Clinton, but they didn't find him, I guess, quote unquote, guilty of certain things. But they did impeach him.
So he didn't resign.
No, he didn't resign.
Okay.
You don't have to, if you resign because you know you're gonna get out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna win this, so just walk out now.
But with Trumpito, he's in an awkward place. I've actually read that he wants to resign, but he can't. He is in a stuck because if he resigns, I think that's more of a push to prove that there was something up, and that's going to further his.
And that does the whole party is going to be blown out the water for him doing that, because it's not just him. It's like he's showing that party's dirty laundry.
Yeah.
Hail Hydra.
So
Hail Hydra.
But I mean, this is going to be, our kids are going to be reading about this. This is going to be big stuff. Like, our American sovereignty is still not secure. Like, we're still not as secure as a nation because we were hacked in terms of our election.
Yep.
And so we're just living in it. Stay vigilant. Resistance is strong. If you see a Nazi, punch them in the face.
What?
Don't do that. Hail Hydra.
But that's enough of Trumpito's world. We don't want to get too far into that. Also, what do you want to talk about? The Conor versus Mayweather fight. Right?
Oh my god. That's tonight.
Well, we're recording Saturday.
Yeah,
night,
so we don't know the results yet for this recording, but it's a boxer with UFC, so it's like, and it's a boxing match, so it's kind of not gonna help him in majority of things. And most UFC fighters, I don't think they're like some of them concentrate in one thing, but I think they never really go forward with like the whole boxing as one of their main concentrations. So this is just gonna be, I think, this advertisement for UFC. That's what it is. They're using him to go in there at a heavy, home name person in boxing to then give them more market later on, because it's like, you're a champion. Why are you doing this? Like, excuse me, like, really? And then it was weird because they had this whole argument that he's using Mayweather's style to hype up the thing, like the promotion stuff. Yeah.
McGregor?
Yeah, because they know, like, the pretty boy thing with the outfits and flashy stuff. He was doing that, not Mayweather this time.
But he was doing that before too.
Huh?
I always consider him the black or the white Mayweather, the Irish Mayweather.
See,
like, exactly. He was very ostentatious. Him and Mayweather.
But he hates it. He's mad because he's taking his swag. He's like, it's part of the argument. It's part of the promotion thing, and went back and forth. But I'm and lie, he was funny with this. And
did you see the press conference? Did you guys watch?
I watched one. I think I watched one of them. There's multiple ones. They've been a lot. They've been hyping this shit up really heavy.
I saw one when Mayweather screamed, "You punk, you faggot, you hoe," and I was like, "Oh, probably there we go."
You know, the funniest part is it just reminds me of wrestling, like the storylines of wrestling. It's like one giant soap opera.
Yeah. Money, 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 money.
How much is the fight up? Like, I didn't get numbers. It doesn't make
a difference either way. They're both are going to get money from this. No matter if you win or you lose, you get money. So they don't even give a shit.
I personally,
and it's a show. Like, you're right. It's like WWE. It's a show. It's what it's about.
Who do you guys want to win? Who's your money on?
Mayweather. I mean, crazy Conor McGregor. I mean, he's okay. He talked a lot of crap. I've seen all the social media stuff, but dude, you're MMA. This guy is a trained boxer.
Yeah.
Mayweather's got it. And even if he doesn't have it, he's going to get you on the technicalities.
Uh-huh. At the end, when you review the whole thing, that's true. He can last his own in it.
Exactly.
But it's going to be, you don't get the points. You just don't.
Mayweather's a good fighter. I feel like Mayweather will take him. I don't like Mayweather personally.
No one really does.
Dumb as fuck. He's misogynistic and he can't read.
Look it up. He's a boxer. That's normal. Besides Ali, that's normal.
No, Muhammad Ali was so smart.
And as I say, besides him, everyone else to me just can't read.
You know, let's stay on this topic. I'm sorry, we're going to stray away from this, but let's stay on this topic because that was a good point you made. Like, I'm tired of having to always give celebrities keep them on a higher pedestal.
Mm-hmm.
They're dumb. They're retarded. We shouldn't ask for their insight for anything aside from singing or throwing a fucking ball.
Did you see the thing with Lady Gaga asking people, what can white people do to help with the racism in America? Did you see that? And they went ham on her. Like, they drove her ass. It's like, don't ask us how to solve your fucking problem. Yeah. Like me, your internal people issue. You should know more about it than we do. Because we were experiencing it, but you are living in that culture all day long. What the hell?
And here's what you should do. Mm-hmm. You should go talk to your racist white grandfather and be like, look, this is not how it is. And not perpetuate these. And at the same time, realize that you have a sense of, not privilege, but you have a sense of accessibility in terms of getting what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Much more at hand than your black and brown counterparts. And once you realize that's fact, then
Black,
you can
brown,
work
yellow,
to try
orange.
I mean, to
change
fix a
that.
problem, she shouldn't have said anything at all.
Yeah.
She shouldn't say anything. And like with the whole Colin Kaepernick thing, like
Oh man, like he
my
deserves
God.
better for that.
these
He
niggas just
deserves
coming
better.
out the woodwork.
They won't even freaking give him hire him now. He's too prominent. The NFL people was like, nah, we're done with you because you're how dare you make it more about than just fucking someone throwing a goddamn pigskin down the goddamn street. Oh no.
How dare you act like a functioning human being with cognitive functioning?
No. But if you decide that
Boy, go play that ball.
if you decide to punch your wife in a fucking elevator or like fucking to have dog fights or rape a bitch, we don't care. Yeah. But how dare you fucking kneel down when we say our freaking awesome ass whatever
Anthem.
Thank you. Like what the hell? No. Just no. Just bullshit.
What I hate is that like all these other like washed, retired, halfway, going through some mental shit, football players are speaking out against Kaepernick, saying like,
yes,
yo, the best thing you should do is just don't say nothing, put it on the field. No, fuck
put it on
that.
the field. What the fuck is
like,
this? The field is all black, bitch. The fuck you talking about here? Like majority of every sport we have right now in America is black dominated.
Yeah.
It's legit. Like it's ridiculous. Like how dare you? Like no. I'm like it's a new age slavery pretty much. They own your brand. They own everything. They pay you extremely amount of freaking money. You're pretty much just the checker piece on the dang court. And most of the people who are the coaches of each freaking team is what Caucasian.
There's only like what I think 4 or 8 black NFL
exactly.
Coaches. And I'm
quarterbacks
as
well. That's also it's also a thing too. So like even if you are there, you're gonna be the defensive line. You are not gonna be so it's like really weird. Like all the big ape or like gorilla niggas
running back or wide receiver.
Exactly.
And I watched football. My brothers they played it, so I had to force myself to watch it.
Yeah.
So I know it.
I ignore it. I never liked it ever.
It's weird.
No.
Now
I'm a soccer people. I'm soccer.
I feel bad watching it now because just.
Football.
There's so much beyond just what you see playing the ball. Like these players, for one, it's a commodity, it's a system. And ESPN actually they did a mock auction of players, and it was a bunch of white auctioneers.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, what the fuck is this?
When you watch everything, it's really right there.
Yeah.
It's really uncomfortable. Where for me, why I like football better, like soccer is better, is because it's more incorporative of different things into it. And it doesn't seem as whitewashed or uncomfortable watching them play. And it's way more rigorous to me too. That whole fucking stopping and shit and like a football game going for like fucking 5 hours. I can't deal with that. A soccer game is like you have this time. All you got. After this we can go straight into the commercials. We had to pay for shit. Good time for this. It's like no, it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch the show at 10 o'clock. But there's a football game before it. They go over if they like keep pausing and shit and stopping the clock. You're showing me they push back in an hour.
First down and then it starts over.
They stop over again and then it's like what is this the Civil War, like no man's land bullshit. Like it's like you put all your guys here and I put all my guys here and let's see who dies.
Oh my!
It's very barbaric, but that's true.
Bam.
But you can say the same of basketball too. Like since what was it when the 3-pointer came out? That's when black that's when black players were able to score threes the entire game.
Because basically, because we're just taller,
and
we got picked because we're tall.
And white people saw that as us, being better than them, and of course we can't be better than John.
Of course not. How dare you?
So it was unfair. It would seem unfair, so they created more rules to do that. But that same concept is in football now.
Like dunking. Oh my god, it's like you can't do that in NBA.
Like the dunking.
It's beautiful.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The whole spin-off just to do that.
The dunk is what changed it. The 3-pointer is what they added to accommodate for the offset of the dunking, because niggas
like
can
Shaq,
dunk.
because Shaq be like just like this.
Yeah. So whatever.
Ooh.
Not touching this one. This is not touching that one.
Ooh. Oh my Jesus. Oh my Jesus. These things we've seen on this whiteboard is just random.
Shout out to our producer Beth.
Hey.
Hey, Beth.
What's up, Beth?
It's like you said my name wrong. Like, excuse you. It's an F, not a TH.
All right, so Alex, what was your take? Do you have anything you want to bring up?
No, I really don't. Like, I have nothing
Any
to bring
current
up.
events? What the fuck is going on?
Nothing in my life. One thing right now, all I really want is these fucking these scissor tickets. All I really care about right this point. That's all I want. That's all I want. It's the only thing in my life right now is literally just scissor. Every day, all day.
Love Galore. I have a newfound respect for that song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
touched
get it.
you. Touch it.
It did.
You.
Oh.
You got me with that one.
Faces are priceless.
That was your first lowbrow to me tonight. It's good.
Why you bother me when you know you don't want me?
Yep.
It's just like, what the fuck?
Yes, that's serious shit right there.
But anyways, all right. So that's out of what the fuck is going on. Right. Let's jump into today's topic. Today's theme is Grown Up Gotti.
What the fuck? What is that? What's that?
He took it for something from Murder Inc. You know, you remember when Ja Rule was
No, I don't think that is.
No, no, not from Irv Gotti. Okay,
like, these sidebars with Beth.
I know,
Beth is it's like
she's
she's on ham over here. Like, we need to record her doing these random things.
She writes really fast. But no, you guys know John Gotti, right?
Yeah.
Crime boss, Gambino, crime, whatever.
Hell no, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm from New York. Whatever. So
I'm sorry, it's not me. I don't know.
John Gotti's a huge crime op. Well, he's dead now, but he had kids.
Diabetes.
Victoria. He had kids. Victoria Gotti. I think your name's Victoria Gotti. So she had 3 boys: John, Carmine, whatever. So they had a TV show called Grown Up Gotti on AE or A&E back in the day, and I thought it was a good because we're talking about grown up. So Grown Up Gotti.
No.
I mean, I can't relate, man. Talking about reality shows.
No,
First
it's
of
just
all,
the title. Grown Up Gotti.
Hold up, but A&E is just like who? What's just A&E like for real? Like besides white people?
I loved it.
If you just subscribe to a channel, yes,
Intervention.
But you never sit there and say, oh yeah, I want to watch A&E. Like turn on A&E.
Yeah,
no one says that.
Intervention comes on.
Again.
Seeing Becky cracked out is just like, no, watch Intervention. It's
you really had a cracked out Becky.
Oh dear. Oh my.
And let's hope she's not listening.
Hi, Becky.
I didn't have a crack. She was.
Now you
she wasn't on crack. She just was on.
Was she on meth?
No.
You sure?
No.
Yeah, she's too rich for crack and meth.
But it was
she's
so
on...
the fact because it's Becky, you assume it's meth.
No, you said she wasn't on crack, so I figured she, upgraded and got the meth,
Upgrading?
She's not
That's the reason upgrade?
No, she
it's upgrade.
She stuck to the compounds. Let's stop talking because the more I'm gonna get diarrhea of the mouth, and then
shout out to Klonopins.
It's just gonna get a mess. Because I have a theory about her. I've been keeping track. I have a theory about her.
Yes,
I'm not sharing on the air.
Even if Sasha and you are over, trust me, Sasha still knows.
I know. But I'll share it after the air. Whatever.
Come on, tell us more about it. I want to hear this theory.
Nope, you can't.
I'm trying to say it in a way that's so vague that it won't.
No, it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work.
I'll keep it as she's broken.
But she don't want to be saved.
Don't save her.
You can't save
no
broken.
role models.
The amount of songs we put in here, is this even legal?
All right,
I'm dropping way too many songs.
Let's
Hopefully
get back.
she'll find a big sister or brother.
Let's find. She stopped talking. Okay, we'll just gotta stop because it's a whole
big brother
conversation. But today's topic is Grown Up Gotti. Well, the name of it, but the theme is growing up. Dylan here grew up in New York, Bronx, born and raised.
Yeah,
right?
Bronx, born and raised.
Alex, where'd you grow up?
Miami, bro. Like, everyone knows this.
The city mouse and the country mouse. Is that her? All right, Beth, keep writing.
It's like having own teleprompter.
Yeah, well, the city and country. Well, the city mouse and country mouse. I guess that works. But Beth grew up in Miami. I grew up in
No. My name.
Shit, my bad.
You don't know my name now? Like what?
I was looking at Beth. Alex grew up in Miami. Dylan grew up in the Bronx. I grew up in. I don't say a name because no one knows it, but
No, and then also half of my life was also on the island too in Central America, so that's also different. Yeah. Anyway,
so I grew up in a very rural, conservative environment. So I thought it would be a good chance for us to like dig into like how we grew up and sort of get into like the stereotypes of growing up versus the urban life versus rural life and like what were your experiences. I think it's a good topic to digest. Something we haven't talked about. So let's get into it. So starting with Dylan, you were born. What year were you born?
1987.
87. So you grew up in New York at the height of the crack epidemic.
Oh dear.
Ooh, some planner shit. He's gonna
Yeah.
He can't have the planner shit. Jeez.
I mean, to be honest, I grew up in the ghetto. I've seen it all. I've worked in where we've had crackheads, prostitution. I've seen it all. Shout out to Hunts Point.
So, I don't know. You grew up, Alex. You grew up.
Oh God!
Well, shit. Alex, you grew up, Miami.
Yeah, it's Miami. It's
What year were you born?
93.
93. So early mid-90s.
Don't you come here?
Yeah.
That's no off me. Jeez, to say 93 is like, oh my God, you're living like 5.
My brother.
So, what was your experience?
Well, mine is the same. Like, I think it's just like, well, then I'm also, even though I am in a city life, it's more with it's more it's a melting pot. Like Miami is really a melting pot, more so like than New York, because I feel like it's like so different cultures into one, and they kind of have their like separated, but they're not separated at the same time.
Very dense space too.
Yes, very dense, and then it's really narrow. It's just narrow, but that's also New York as well. But for me, like I know where not to go. I know where to be, and I just know how to avoid certain things. Because like I know all the trap houses. You want to find one, just like just tell me. I'm like, oh yeah, like make 2 lefts and a right, and then back the street there, and like, oh, you want some holes? Okay, 79th Street, right down the street. You got this. Yeah.
See,
So was it a cultural shock for you when you got here?
It was a culture shock in Tampa. It was completely different. It was. I was like, what is this like wholesome like to me it's more country here. It's country to me. Tampa to me is country compared to Miami.
Well, yeah.
It's way more country. Like it's open space and shit and everything. Like no, like there's no fucking no bus system. Okay, like that's how you know it's like
There's
it's
a
country.
bus system.
Not a real bus system.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's not a real bus system. It doesn't work. It's like half of the region's not even half a bus stop. Like New Tampa has no bus stops, and that's my project for this semester.
You have to work on the urban parts of the city first.
They want the city working on the urban parts and work on it first, but they're not doing that either. It's all a bunch of it's all hell. East Tampa gets no love.
Yeah. So I grew up in very rural area, super conservative part. Like a lot of the realities of the harsh world were blinded from me because we grew up in such a, I wouldn't say cookie cutter, but
we live
like,
right next to the butcher.
it's a very protected environment. We're all Tampa transplants.
Yes.
So, but hearing about like growing up in city life and urban life, it excites me because I imagine you guys had so much to do. You can walk anywhere, you can do anything you wanted to do. You didn't have to worry about like for me it took 20 minutes to get to my school for driving. So
what the fuck?
Wow.
But that was my
no
school
sto-
too. That was my school. My school was like 20
School?
minutes drive as well. My high school and middle school, but elementary school I walked every day.
Walk?
I walked to school. It was like 2 blocks.
I couldn't even walk to a bus stop. My bus stop was a mile down the road.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Dang.
It's so different from
We
me.
were more accessible.
Yeah.
But then also you had to factor in the money part. Because people, it's more accessible, but then you need that money at the same time.
You
It's
have to have
like
money, or is
you
it?
have to have money. Like the bus ain't free. Like the fuck, like
Oh yeah, I guess.
the bus ain't free, and then it's hot as hell outside.
So would you take a school bus or would you take a city bus?
Depending if I
Both
miss
ways.
my school, if I miss that school bus, then I had to take city bus.
I mean, when I started out in middle school, basically from elementary to middle school, they end up switching you and telling you to take the city bus if you're not in your zone school. So
Yes.
pretty much you had the option, but they more pushed to you getting a Metro card, a school Metro card, and taking a city bus.
And it's
Metro
cheaper.
card.
It's cheaper.
Yes.
It's also cheaper for students. You get a discount, but then once you leave that and that like you're adult, full-fledged adult, and you out of high school, like it's like, oh man, that discount is gone, bro. Like it was like 75 cents anywhere at the bus. Now it's like $3. What the fuck? Like I can't do this.
What age were you guys
Like, I would walk.
when you like walked to school or took the bus? I was 10, and my mom drove us to the bus stop.
Well, all elementary school, so I don't know how like you're like what 12.
Yeah, about 11, 12.
Yeah, yeah. But then after that, I took buses. I had my school was out of my. I was because I took I had technical schools, so they were outside of my district.
Oh,
so I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go to the ratchet behind Little Haiti, having just Larry Edison.
Yeah,
shout out to Edison and all their hoes. And it would have been closer, and I could just like pretty much like I won't walk there because it's so far, but the bus would be way quicker. Like I'll be fine going to the bus, like taking a regular bus to class. But then I was like, no, I'm gonna be a good, like dark skinned person in America. I am going to apply myself and go to technical school, and this happens to be in one of the worst neighborhoods in Miami. So people end up dying and stuff. I told them already that people end up like legit.
First 48, is that what you call it?
First 48 is Overtown.
Oh,
Overtown, Miami. It's different. This is Browns. This is the Brown subs, Brownsville, and Adapata. Some guy was missing for a couple of days, and then they ended up finding him in a trash can. Yep, in the school trash can. They killed him, put him in a trash can, and he was gone. And it's sad that someone I know, it's very sad, but someone I know, they were related. They were related to Honduras. Like they were one of my people. I didn't even know, and I was like randomly, like on the news, and people getting stabbed and stuff. And Code Red. Do you know Code Red?
No.
It's probably a Florida thing. It's like when it's like your school is on alert for like someone nearby.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah.
a shooting, or whatever. Your school that happened almost every day.
Really?
Like almost it was like like once a week, like just some Code Red going on. Is that a drill? Ain't a drill? Is this some real shit?
I mean,
don't go outside.
I mean, my school life wasn't better. I remember starting the metal detectors in high school.
Oh yes.
You guys had metal detectors?
Yes,
yeah, we had metal detectors.
Like they see in the movies.
That's a New York thing.
Oh yeah.
We never had.
It's a New York thing.
I mean, you just
See
kind of
the last dance.
I mean, dude, you at the end of your pocket. I mean, the worst time I've seen it is somebody getting caught with about, I think, 5 bags of weed because dude stapled his bags closed.
To school?
Yes, to school. They stopped him, took the product, arrested him on the site.
On spot.
Yep.
Yep.
So how big were your schools? My school had a total of 900 students.
We don't know those numbers, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like,
we don't even think about that. Never think for it because we don't have to track that kind of thing. It's like you just knows a lot of fucking people in this damn place. It's a lot of motherfuckers in the goddamn school. I don't know. That's all I know. We had no lockers. You had lockers. Right?
Yes, we had lockers, but nobody used them.
I won lockers. I wanted one so badly. I was dying for a locker. I wanted one so bad.
I never kept anything in it because I didn't trust it. So.
What the hell?
Yeah,
I wanted one so bad, but no, Florida doesn't really exist in Florida. You really don't, unless you're Caucasian. And that's also too, like on saying like I'm being raised in city versus the rural area, and for us it's like for being in the city, the issue is that like it's so dense, is that it causes different issues that you don't think about. Like we only have better transportation, we only have better whatever school system, whatever, not school system, like better whatever, anything, and that's only because we have to have that because there's so much fucking people here. It's like people the issue in Florida was the whole like classroom and stuff. Like teacher to students ratio was like 35 students and one teacher per class, and that was ridiculous. But it's like in a rural area, that's not a problem. It's like you know Miss Day, you know Miss Williams.
Yeah, she taught my dad and my aunt.
Yeah. See exactly,
So
yeah. But then you still have that same interconnected thing if you be in the same neighborhood, your whole family be in the same neighborhood. So sometimes it's more. I think it's more of a New Yorker thing too. Your sub areas are really more prominent than down here.
Actually, yes. Like when we come back to the school, like our classrooms, they're at the highest I remember when I was a teenager. I remember about 25.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, we switch classes. Like
mm-hmm.
We switch classes. Multiple teachers. So it's like it's in the past. I don't remember much of it.
It was horrible. I almost died, but I survived. I am here.
Actually, no, it wasn't that bad for me. But I was an every guy. Like I hung out with every group and everything, so it wasn't that bad. That's one thing I do miss about New York and New York schools. It was multicultural. Everybody got along with everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's well for me being on my same thing too, because everyone everyone is like, well, there's already their own little cliques. It's like, and it's like it's you know it's serious when you like okay all Hispanics in one group. No. Miami is literally Nicaraguans, then the Hondurans, the Guatemalans, the Puerto Ricans.
Jeez.
They're like in Caribbean. Oh yeah, no. Where you from? Oh yeah, I'm from Jamaica. Oh, I'm from Trinity. Like it's like a complete.
I think our exoticness was like Cuban. That was
You're
like,
exotic. Well, why the hell
we
would a
had
Cuban be
one
that
Chinese
inland?
girl. She was an exchange student, and we were like, "Ooh, you're different." Huh? Oh yeah, one of my really good friends from childhood friends. She's half Filipino, but it like in terms of identifying with your culture, it's just you didn't do that. And I mean, in
You
my
didn't
school,
have
my
much.
area. There wasn't. Yeah.
It was mostly Caucasian.
Yep.
It was like because you haven't explained also that that your family and just like, your whole thing with the whole family thing versus well you were like probably like what like one of like the 4 black people in your neighborhood.
Oh, we didn't have neighbor. Yeah, one of 4. Yeah, I was one of 5 because it was 5 niggers living
Whoa.
in my
Hard
area.
R's there.
I
I heard the hard
I
R.
had to go back old school, but yeah, like there was no black people growing up in my area. I mean, the black people I did interact with was my family, my brothers, and my elementary school. Honestly, there was like 10 or 20.
Wow.
And when I got to middle school, it was just like
That was opposite. I can count the white people at my school.
really.
Yes, I couldn't count them on my hand. It was literally there was 2.
What?
There was only 2 of them, and they left. They graduated in 2010. No, 09. So
Were they scared? That's why they left.
no. I mean, they graduated. They stayed the whole 4 years. I'm just saying that it was hilarious to me. Like it was like, and one of them is like I think he's more redneck now. The other one is ratchet. So I'm confused, but yeah. Also, I think it was a really good experience. But then what I'm saying, I can understand Sasha's side because when being like going to Honduras during different breaks or whatever, it's completely different. Like island living is just different.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you walk everywhere. Ain't no bus, no goddamn where. It's like you walk, like you always walk to school. That's why I don't understand how the hell they were obese. Like how are you obese? You always damn walking. Like I don't understand. Like how that makes no sense to me. I'm like, what,
I wonder when it comes to New York when like, dude, you have to walk public transportation. When you go to Manhattan, you're not driving.
No, you're not.
That's what thing I
Ooh, that was a good one.
like
Go with
driving every. I imagine, and that gets us to our next topic, like to misconceptions about the way we grew up.
Yeah.
A lot of misconceptions I have, and I'll admit them about growing up in the city life is that A, it's inherently dangerous. B, I mean, I remember like I won't say who she was, but she just would scare us and be like, "Oh, in the big cities, you couldn't wear certain colors because that's the gang affiliation, and you get shot."
Yeah.
And just growing up with that, it was always just like, "Wow, you guys are dangerous."
You city folk.
Yeah, you city folk.
folk.
You city folk are dangerous and unhinged. Y'all don't know Jesus.
Donkey on Donkey on Edge. Sorry, it's like sorry, Donkey on Edge is a Shrek reference. Donkey on Edge. I'm sorry, just
Who?
Shrek.
Oh, Shrek.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's been a while.
I love that whole thing.
God, you make me feel old.
What Shrek?
Yeah, we're Shrek.
No SpongeBob. That's when you
Oh
get
man,
old.
SpongeBob was canceled, right?
Yeah, no, it ended.
No, it's not.
I heard it was
series
ending.
finale?
No, it's not ended. It's still
not
going. It's like one of the longest.
No, I thought it
Nickelodeon
was the series finale. Like,
Don't Let Me Cry, bro. Like for real, it's done.
Yeah, I heard it was
Oh
ending.
my god,
Yeah.
the gay show is gone.
The what?
Hey, get it? Yeah, it's a gay ass show. It's really-
SpongeBob?
Yes. How
Is
the
it?
fuck you can't tell that by this point? It is quite.
I'm very like.
I love it, but I'm just telling the truth. No one knows it. I'm like, that's why a lot of people don't want the kids to watch it. Yeah.
I can't.
I ruined that for you. Just ruined it.
Damn. Next thing you're gonna tell me that Angry Beavers were dating.
Well,
Awkward silence. In that. The Angry Beavers, they were brothers.
Yes.
Oh,
Milward and Daggett.
I didn't.
They're brothers.
Oh, I'm thinking of Ren and Stimpy.
Oh.
They were fucking for real.
The-
I don't know what they had.
Seen the adult version?
Cow and chicken. That's creepy.
They were
Oh,
eating,
yeah.
they were eating pork butts.
They're
and
eating
taters.
ass. They're
I was
eating
gonna
ass.
bring up the pork butts and taters.
The picture. It's like y'all sitting here complaining about all this shit. Like complaining about they put like a gay character in a new Disney movie Beauty and the Beast, So y'all complain about that shit, but like these people eating ass on this show. Like no one saw this.
And you had a big naked red devil.
Yes, it did. But no, what was even worse was that was in whatchamacallit was Powerpuff Girls. Their devil was a transgender.
Yeah. Oh yeah, him.
But so that's even worse. That was like really I didn't get that until I got older. I was like, that's kind of fucked up. I was like, I love this show, but damn, that's kind of fucked up. And then the big boob lady with no face. All you see is tits and ass.
And hair and legs for days. Looking like a snack.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Jesus. What? Huh? Ooh. Oh. What are you drinking again? Like,
I'm drinking Red Bull. No, I'm drinking water.
Rum and Red Bull.
That's brown.
I'm drinking rum
Do the
and
math.
Red Bull. Like this. We're off topic, guys.
Off topic, but let's get back.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so do you feel like growing up in the city? And that's a misconception I had too. I think I always was envious of people growing up in urban areas because the opportunities you have for school, like you said, you went to technical school. You were able to actually go and get your skills.
That was one in
you
few.
wanted. Yeah, it was like you had to go here.
You had one school.
We just got honors. There was no AP. I mean, we did dual enrollment. That was at the college, but there wasn't any opportunity.
What college was it? Was it
Lake Dumpster.
Yeah. The fuck? Why the whole area is ugly? The whole area names. What did name is so shitty in Central Florida?
It's Lake Sumter. We call it Lake Dumpster because it was.
Ratapata, Roachville. It's Attapata, but it said Ratapata, and then the counter middle school my school was Brownsville. It said Roachville.
But you guys, I feel like your school food was better, even though my school food was
No,
good.
it was not. No.
You had like all these fun ass classes like architecture and astronomy and shit.
What?
And
everyone has driven through Sasha's County.
I mean,
they don't stop that. No one stops there.
You don't see anything.
You don't stop. You can literally pass it in literally like 5 seconds.
And that's the sad part. Like my friends always ask me, like, why'd you take me to my home? There's nothing in my hometown. There's nothing there.
I still want to go.
The farm.
I still want to go.
We are getting a church's chicken.
The thing is that the proudness of them like having a church's chicken. It's
Burger
churches.
King? Oh, Burger King is still like we just got Burger King like last year, and I'm telling you,
the
we had to go
steakhouse.
all the way to Wildwood.
The Japanese steakhouse.
It closed down.
Oh, man. Lost your culture, man. Yeah. Lost to trying to brand it. But you know what? That's weird. Out of everything, churches is the most blackest freaking chicken spot.
It's gonna be tied into a gas station. So it's like a truck stop. You remember
what
Lost?
The fuck?
It's gonna be there. So it ain't really like it's standalone
No,
restaurant.
that's horrible.
That's something you guys had, and I always was like, you guys will have all this different many choices in terms of food. There's so much stuff for you guys to do because there's so much more in your area than just me.
But what? Okay, so what was your daily life like going to school and everything, and then your friends? Like, what's your activities? So let's go with Sasha's theory.
Okay. When I started out in school, basically, I had to get up early because my school was far. Ooh.
What time?
I had to be out by 6 a.m. because
school started at 9.
What the fuck? Some
dude,
bullshit.
That sounds like a luxury.
That's a luxury right by itself.
9:05.
Like,
I had 0 period, so 0 period started about, if I remember correctly.
Homeroom?
No, 0 period. Actually, first class.
No, but we call it homeroom. I don't know why it's like called home. It's not home. It's horrible here, but still, whatever. There's no class. You just sit there and like attendance and stuff.
My homeroom was like 3rd period, which made no sense.
What? Weird.
So continue.
So yeah, basically, it was just I traveled far. I went to John F. Kennedy High School. It was pretty far. So
I'm gonna charge my phone. Actually, can you move for me?
Interrupting people.
Sorry,
like,
my bad.
Disrespectful.
All right, so
Straight disrespect.
continue.
took 2 buses. Took me about hour and a half.
Yeah. About right.
2 buses
2 buses.
Some people take like 4 buses to go to work.
to go to school?
Yeah, to go to school.
Yeah.
When did you fall? I fall asleep.
Oh, transfer. Yeah, you don't know about transfers.
No.
No.
Bus transferring.
No.
Another issue.
No.
It's like this bus only goes east to west, but I need to go north, so I have to change bus to.
That's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
You don't remember this thing? Like
No.
you get the extra stamp or whatever. Like you just a transfer,
well,
you already paid for it's the same ride.
But as a kid, like I just feel like fuck that. I gotta go to school. I gotta take 8 buses to get to here.
Yes,
like,
that's crazy.
Go.
Yes,
go.
it's crazy. I had to take a bus, and then if I missed my school bus, then I had to get off the bus and walk another fucking mile to get to my class to get to school.
Wow.
And then walk another like half a mile to get to my class. This is crazy. Yes, people are more independent.
Forces you to. You have to. You have
no choice.
Make sure you don't miss the transfer.
Yeah, it's a transfer bus. Like I have to get this bus right now, so I can make sure I can make the other bus by 11:30. This is a thing. This is like you're planning your life. Like you have to get used to this.
I mean, hell, since I was far from my house for school, like it was about, I can't remember myself. It was over 5 miles, but basically you had to fight if you wanted to get a. Sorry.
5 miles in terms of in a dense population, 5 miles is a lot.
Yes, it is.
And basically, if you were in high school, you had to fight to get a school bus, and it just wasn't worth it.
Yeah, a lot of struggle to get it. It's like if you're outside a region, there's no bus. If there's no bus passing towards your home, because a bus stop is only used in public school transportation if there's other students going to the same school in the same area. So if you're living in this area and it's only one of you, then I'm put a bus stop right there close to your house because they need to get other people. So then you have to walk farther because they're trying to make it a central location for everyone to gather to go to that thing.
Well, basically, they'd be like, hey, your school's too far? Go to your zone school.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they do is, hey, transfer.
Oh.
Did you guys drive?
Did you have a car? No. When did you get your first car?
Okay, I'm a little sour about this. But my oldest brother, who is 9 months older, not by much.
No cable.
No cable. Wow. Nice. So he was 16. He got his car when he was 16, his 16th birthday, all that shit. I turned 16. They just looked at me. So
like, we can't afford all this shit now.
Yeah. And during that time, like I was driving going to school, we had to drive. You had to go at least 20 minutes. So, and I had to go early, and my brother always wanted to be late. And then my little brother, when he came to high school, was just he took his side. So I always had to be there early. So we ended up just I take my mom's car, he take his car. We park at the same parking lot, and I left school early because I had a job, and I'd leave early and take the car.
No job. There was no way in hell you could find a job in Miami. Before 21, there was none.
17th birthday, my mom got a new car. That was mine. But I didn't have a choice. It just here's your car.
Did you have a car?
No.
See?
I was in the city.
Exactly.
Did you need a car?
No, not really.
No,
you don't. Bus.
Exactly.
Transfer.
Bus?
City life is pretty just bus life. It's just all bus life.
But you're forgetting about the train, the wonderful MTA.
Ooh, yes. We don't have. We didn't have that. We do. No, actually, Miami just have one. They have above ground one. It connects different areas, and that can be used a lot to. If you're trying to go like to the Spanish location and then go all the way down to downtown, it was easier. Wow. No.
So
I didn't get a license until I was 19.
What?
Yeah. They just said
I drove. Honestly, I drove probably like 13, 14. Because you don't.
We don't have
just
a bus.
drive.
No, you had no choice. You have to, but it's different. It's just a complete different upbringing.
We had to drive.
Didn't. It's weird. It's a struggle.
I mean, when it comes to New York City, I don't think it's worth it to have a car. I mean, I really don't. I mean, you got to keep the upkeep for it just because of the weather changing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not worth it.
New York and Chicago people don't do that. Philly don't do that.
I can't imagine.
Even in Arizona now, not Arizona. Yeah, Arizona and Washington State, like they're moving up. They're moving up until where like you don't need to have that anymore. They're trying to move away from that. San Francisco, yeah. Trolley, trolley and everything, yeah.
But I feel like just like in terms of growing up, like having a car is one of those like rites of passage.
Yes, it is.
It's like your first.
Whereas in
yeah.
But
Your first point of independence.
But then I think city life is like your rite of passage is having sex.
Is that okay? So is that comparable? Your rite of passage is having sex versus having your first car.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you have your first car because you can ultimately have sex in it.
No.
Or meet people who have sex. You know.
The reason why, because almost no one like in high school, no one had a car. No one would drive their car. It's not a thing. It's like if you driving your own car to high school, that means that your family has some money, you can afford the extra crap. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not paying it. Your parents are paying for it. That's a third car or second car. That's too much money, you know.
Yeah. And
then also and plus the whole carpooling thing. That's not like a big thing also. But they look at it as it's like you're like adult. It's like so people think about it. Like kids glorify them losing virginities. So I feel like I don't know. What do you think things to rite of passage?
I mean, I have to say, with the rite of passage, I have to say being able to travel on your own, because this is big responsibility. I mean, now kids will travel. I've seen kids get Metro cards at 6 years old, just to go to school. And I'm like, holy crap.
Jeez. No wonder people are getting adopted all the time in New York.
6 years old, wow.
6 years old on a bus?
Yeah.
I can't, like walking, but on a bus? Like, I just...
So urban life, it forces you to grow up more. You have to be more responsible, like a little bit more mature.
It's like, I think rural is more like it's a village where people like help each other raise their children and everything, and it's more close knit. It can happen in the city too, but I just feel like it's like you protect your own kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas in like a city, it's like ain't my problem. I don't know you. I don't care about you.
Yeah, because we couldn't do shit because
everyone knows.
Mrs. So and so went to school with, my dad, or she knows, like it's just that connected. So you couldn't do anything.
You can't. No, you don't like get snitched on by yourself. Yeah. That's also all I live into.
It's sort of like that where I grew up. Like since I grew up in the projects, it was sort of like that.
Yes.
Everybody knew everything you did. You had that one old lady that'd watch you out the window. Well, I saw you going over there doing this.
At 12:58 and 59 seconds. Like what the fuck? Like, can you go home? Like go to sleep, Miss Davis. Go to sleep. Like no. Like I just watched Jeopardy, but I turned my light outside and I just.
Oh Lord! I had this one old lady. Her name is Miss R. We're gonna call her R.
Shout out to Miss R.
Shout out to Miss R. Dude, she was like the fucking Batman. She'd be in the window, no lights on. TV flash, she'd be there. TV flash again, she's gone. I'm like,
the fuck?
Exactly.
I am the night. I am the dark. I
Dude,
am vengeance.
she was a dark fucking night.
It's so interesting. I'm learning so much.
Yeah, it's that is true. Like yeah, it can have that too. But for me, it's uncomfortable.
Now we're going to talk about the bodega.
Yeah, let's talk about bodegas.
Let you guys know, get a chopped cheese.
Yes.
No questions, not going to explain it, chopped cheese.
So, okay.
What the fuck? I have never been I'm the only one in this room who has not been to New York. I'm the only one. Never been anywhere.
I thought you were like 8 in Boston, right?
Yeah. Oh, you remember that?
Elephant.
Oh.
Well, chopped cheese is the most greasiest, delicious sandwich that you can get from your corner bodega. Hamburger meat, cheese, greasy as hell. It's perfect. think of a Philly cheesesteak with extra grease.
Mm.
Did you get that a lot? Like, and that's another thing. I imagine you guys
street food. Yes.
Yeah, street food. Like
it's
you can have we had our mom packed a lunch on the street.
They packed you lunch. That's so cute.
I got free lunch.
But
oh god, yeah, free lunch.
That was $1. How much? It was $1.75
for what?
Lunch.
You paid?
See. Well, you broke. Whereas you so broke that the school had to feed you.
Wow. I mean, that wasn't a problem in public schools in New York. Like, you're automatically fed.
No.
Do you? But could you? Do you have the option?
You have to apply for that.
Go to the corner store, get a chopped cheese.
Yes.
Like for breakfast, go get a bacon, egg, and cheese. And like I'd like that autonomy to be able to do that. Because
that's the one thing I miss about New York City, man. Just get up, go out, and get a chopped cheese or sausage, egg, and cheese, and it's so cheap.
Yeah.
My thing is the ability for me to walk down the street and have some random Spanish guy selling green mangoes with some vinegar and salt. I'm like, oh yes, ooh, that's good. What? It's so good. But it's like you just driving down the street. It's like you going somewhere. Like I'm just going. You're driving. Stop at a red light. He's like, oh, mangoes. mangoes. And it's like, ooh, you want a mango? You want a mango? There you go. Yeah. The whole car is like going around like, you want one? Do you want one? You want one? Okay, can I have 3 of those over here, Patty? 3 of those. It's crazy, but I loved it. Tampa does not happen. There's nothing. All you see in the rural right now is just prostitutes.
Well,
Shout out to Nebraska.
Hey.
Hey, I do buy $1 bottled water from the people at the red light.
Oh,
Dude,
that
they
bottled
have
water,
those-
that's not enough. No. Like,
Yo, they have those in the Bronx. With dude, like, yo, I'm like, dude, you are like 35 trying to hand me a bottle of fucking water.
the middle of the street.
Yes, in the middle of the damn street.
No, we had more options. They didn't just sell water. They sold like juice and like icicle pops. Like the immigrants, man. Like immigrants be hustling and like they just make my life better.
Oh, it gets better when you're on the train. MTA, you got this one dude that comes every train. Hey, I'm just trying to make money for myself. You want to buy some candy? Have a box of fucking
Well,
everything.
Yes.
they'll dance for you.
Yeah.
On the kid that's like, oh, keep me off the streets.
Yeah, you got to keep them off the street.
You're on the
Please
street
buy some
selling
Welch's.
candy.
I feel also the thing is that it's the amount of people also bring interactions and bring different variety to your day-to-day experience. Whereas that not everyone has like minds. Not everyone going to the same church down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Like
and it's a good point because that's if not the final downfall for me, because growing up rural, like you're so and I understand now that I'm older. I get why a Trumpito's president. I get why they have those certain fears.
You see it.
Yeah, and it's like you don't go outside what you know, and there is an opportunity for you to learn about other cultures and different experiences.
But why?
There's nothing there.
Why?
Yeah,
I'm American. This is all I need to be.
I'm American. And then when I went to college,
You're American?
I was just like, wow, there's so many different people,
Different things.
culture, different things.
All that flavor. He was like, oh, there's other people than white girls. Oh my god.
Yeah, and to be honest, I'm still.
Shout out to Becky.
I'm still not shocked, but I'm still not adjusting, but I'm still realizing the core differences between like the way I grew up and versus
the way you live now.
Yeah, the way
And you like it.
now.
I think this the city life is. But then again, also it's really funny that someone from a rural area ended up turning into a city planner.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a plan. Oh, okay. I don't live here like half of my life, but I'm gonna plan this shit for you. Like what the?
What was some of your guys' like worst experiences, worst and best?
Ooh,
You want to go first?
no.
Should I start out with the worst? Okay.
Yeah.
I was working as a security guard.
How old are you?
19. Working as a security guard.
I didn't find a job for shit.
Shout out to security guards. God bless you people. But I'm checking a building. We're doing verticals, basically doing the rounds of the building. I see somebody shooting heroin on the roof in their toes. And me being young and not seeing that, I'm like,
That's weird.
yeah, it's so surreal to watch somebody do it. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, I've seen this person on the street while working as a security guard, has kids, so it's like, you're here shooting heroin. It was just depressing.
And random.
Yeah.
It's random. You're on a roof.
No, it wasn't.
You're on a roof shooting heroin in between your toes. Like that's quite random. Like,
No, I wish it wasn't. Like working in the ghetto, doing security, it was normal. Mm. You had the crackhead smoking crack on the staircase, having someone go.
Like what the like you're just so casual with it. God damn, they don't even don't do it at home.
Oh no.
Like nope, I do it in the street.
And then in the morning they'll wait and be like, hey, you got 50 cents?
It's like no, I don't got shit. But no, so a good one. A good experience.
Good experience. I mean, it was just a melting pot. Like I grew up alternative skateboarding and everything, but I never had a problem with thuggish people. Everybody was just friendly when it came to it.
That's good to know because I always thought you have to fight at least every day, once a day, if you're like a city kid.
No, depends on how you are.
Then,
how you are,
the
how you
turf
act.
wars and stuff.
I only fought elementary school.
I'd be on the block.
I bees in the block. I bees in the block. Bees in the
So,
block.
what about you? Or did you go your good experience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your worst?
I think I already told this story already on here, and it's really bad to repeat it. But my worst experiences has to be that lesbian girl stabbing her girlfriend in front of me in middle school. And we had code red, and I was just like, I didn't see nothing. She cheated. And this is middle school. Yes. Yes. Everyone, I told you it's a rite of passage.
It's a rite of passage to get your dick tucked.
A lot of people like you talking about like people got pregnant in the bathroom. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, it's normal. Like, anyway, that's one, and that was like literally my first like week in middle school, something like that. Like, it was really ridiculous. So it was like, oh, I'm going to school, and oh shit, I am this is a really tough neighborhood. God damn, it's like project over here. Like, literally, the school was surrounded by projects in a park. I was like, what? This is supposed to be a good school for me to learn about, about medicine and being a nurse and dentistry.
You sure you're not from the Bronx?
It was the funniest shit ever. But anyway, that's one of my worst experiences. But I saw a lot of random deaths, really a lot of random deaths in Miami on the highways. Random things is like I see dead bodies on time of Honduras because they show you their dead bodies on TV. They don't cover it up. They show everything.
So what's your good experience?
Exactly. Weird. But then they moved. They usually have on low tech places like technical schools only in the ghettos. But then they moved it up, and now it's like become more of a thing prominent in Miami right now with the school
like
board.
Riverdale,
so now
right?
they're more they're everywhere now. So now not just the hoods are getting it. Everyone getting it. Now. Everybody wants technical school.
So what's your best experience growing up?
My best experience.
In Little Haiti.
No.
Calle Ocho. 305.
I'm gonna kick you in the face. No. This is not what it was. I think my best experience, and it's really hard to think about it, but I think my best experience, and I'm gonna use yours, is me learning to skateboard. It was the weirdest thing. I learned how to skateboard with this is my boyfriend at the time. He learned how to skateboard from the same guy that taught me how to skateboard, but in two different places. He taught him in the hood. He taught me in school. And it was like weird. I was like, yeah, I'll like be all cute, like, oh, I'm gonna go pop up my skateboard and be all hot with a hey, whatever, because he wanted to learn too. And then I was like, oh yeah, I learned how to skateboard today, and he was like, oh, me too. From who? Same guy. Like, what the fuck? Like, how do you find this?
Or was he just like a...
I'm sorry. It was a Spanish dude.
Oh, okay.
He was nice, but he was the one who wanted to teach me. Everyone was like, oh no, you need to learn. It's a guy thing. Girls don't skate. Blah 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 blah. But he was open, and I had his whole experience by the trash can.
I'm surprised about that because, like, me growing up in the Bronx, if you wanted to learn a trick, you learn a trick.
Yeah. But no, they were not open with it. It's like a world, and then they called me a poser because I stopped doing tricks, and I was just like, bro, like, I'm sorry, you understand here? I had blood coming down my face. I'm not gonna ever try to
what?
then. That was from some fat guy hating me.
Shout out to...
I don't remember his name at all, but my cousin ended up dating him, and he's creepy. He lost weight though. But
I'm just surprised because, like, if you skate and you didn't know, we try to teach you.
Open.
Yeah, exactly.
But
what do you want to learn?
They want an identity. It's completely different. I'm a female. It's like anything I tell you through my eyes, through this real, we have this duality between the podcast, is that my eyes are going to be completely different than what he sees every day. It's going to be completely different.
And it's interesting. There's a strong sense of duality.
Mm-hmm.
My worst experience growing up in Bumfuck Egypt.
Welcome to America.
No, America. No. We were in America. He was in America. It's two different.
Welcome to America.
Honestly, like I got a great sense of civic pride. That's a good thing. I got. That is true. It's very patriotic, and it's not forcefully patriotic, but it's just, I guess, growing up in that environment, it teaches you to understand the beauties and the struggle of America. You're
tied to the land.
Yeah, so
land equals to that. Whereas, like, in the city, you don't have that.
Yeah, I had a greater sense of identity.
Exactly.
As an American citizen and as a community
This is my
member.
property. This is my get off my yard.
Yeah,
we can't say that shit. Get off my stoop. That's what we can say.
Yeah, like property rights. Like, you're right. And I guess that translates to the worst part about it is that it's just you're completely surrounded about. I wouldn't say stupidity. I would say ignorance.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, and the biggest misconception about growing up in small towns or small areas is that people are stupid or they're mean, or they're just genuinely outright racist, or they hate you.
Mm-hmm.
And you have that, and they're dirt, they're trash. You won't look at them. I mean, we have that in my hometown, but I mean, those are people who are so like bottom, that black or white, that you don't pay attention to them. But what?
It's so hard.
Oh, so
it's so hard to sit here and watch people record in the podcast and not be involved in it. It's a hard thing to do.
Hello, Beth.
But that strong sense of ignorance and people not knowing, what's beyond the borders of their own town or what's beyond the borders of their own state. And I think
the whole country, they don't care. I don't have to worry about nothing because all I see is what I see every day.
Yeah, and that ignorance just feeds other ignorance, and it just creates like it's an ignorance, and it's so stubborn that it's hard to break out of that mold of what you've been taught or what's been taught around you. Yeah. So I hate that because a lot of my friends in high school, like when we graduated, we were supposed to go to college. They kind of fell within that realm of that ignorance stereotype and that that normal functioning, and so they're kind of stuck in that rut or stuck in that lifestyle. And I think that's the downside because there's so much out here, and that's why learning college is so much out here than just what you see. And I wish rural areas were more exposed to that.
College taught me duality. There's two sides of everything in my mind. That's how I feel. Everything's gonna be two sides. So, and I learned that more than I went to college. It opened me to see that even better. I can accept things differently.
Yeah.
And I was also thinking because we're talking about physical actual like city and then rural, but it's also a mental thing. So it goes beyond just.
Yeah, you're right.
It goes beyond just the physical. It could be the mental thing too. You can live in a city and have a rural mind.
Yeah. Like my dad, he is the rural king. He is very stuck in that way of living, but my mom's not. So she always taught us to think.
He loved these donuts, though.
He loves donuts. Shout out
donuts.
But she always taught us to think beyond just what we see.
Exactly.
So I had that both of that.
Yep. That female love right there.
Female love.
Yes.
Man, I gotta say, my sister's a city girl. Like, I don't think she would survive rural.
No,
she needs her stuff.
Now,
easily accessible.
She cuss out somebody that she just be so New York to them.
She's like, oh, I'm from New York. That's how we talk. No, bitch, she just being an asshole.
No, it's more simple. It's simple. She don't argue. Just why are you talking to me?
Damn.
She scared the whole strip. I wouldn't say block because there's no block, but the whole county road.
Exactly. Shout out to P. Grimm.
Oh Jesus, I can't. I need to go, man. I need to see me in New York. I haven't. I'm supposed to have gone.
It's been a while. I haven't been in New York since 2014, 15.
Yeah.
Well, I just got back and I want to say the MTA is still shit. Please avoid the transit, especially the trains. Always an issue.
So, yeah, they stop it. I will freak the fuck out if that train stops on the tracks. And I'm under fucking ground. I'm a fucking flip shit. I can't do it.
New York's train
you should get used to it now.
I'm not.
Like if you're gonna visit,
can't do it
because they pause sometimes.
I'm scared. I can't. I'm gonna like literally have a fucking panic like I'm caged.
You got above ground money to pay like taxis?
Yeah, that's a question.
Yes.
Would you be able to like not take the transit or the train in New York? You can just live off by Ubering and taxi. Is that true?
No. You will go dirt poor.
The reason why only people who use taxis are people in Sex and City.
Well, I gotta be like a bazillionaire living in New York.
Like the fact that they like in shows that dictates that shows New York, they glorify that people can just get around a taxi and do shit, and I'm just like that shit ain't cheap.
Even
like
exactly.
Your Mother, they were a group of
yes.
white people. Love the show.
Friends too.
White people
friends.
And friends, and then they were always you never see them working really.
They don't.
Taxis.
I'm like, how the fuck you got all this money all the time? Like, what the hell?
Rent cars to the countryside.
Yes, they're rent cars, and I'm just like, what? And then you complain how broke they are. Like, only person who was rich in How I Met Your Mother was Barney. He's the only one who had money.
You're broke because you're
But
taking
the
cabs
other ones
everywhere.
that were broke had big apartments.
Yes, it's like this is not New York apartment style. This is some bullshit. This is lies.
I hate that show. How I Met Your Mother.
What? It's cute. Even though pretty much Robin's just a hoe. Robin's a hoe.
I know about that.
Robin's
Yeah.
a hoe pretty much in Mary Jane in the first Spider-Man trilogy.
Oh dear.
She's a hoe. Fuck that bitch. I hate her. Her and I'd have to. I wish you could know he's know me, but my other hatred is Jane. Fuck, I'm like a guy hates Superman so much. I fucking hate him. His love interest. Superman love interest.
Spider-Man. Oh, you talking about Gwen Stacy?
No. I'm not Superman's love interest.
Lois Lane.
That bitch. Why she always fucking out? Like she always fucking screaming. She's always like
Wait, she
getting
was in How I
parallel.
Met Your Mother?
No.
We're talking about comic Superman.
No,
that's where
I'm
lost.
complaining about the female characters that like people love them, but they're just fucking just there for like distress. They're just there to be a woman in distress all the time. I fucking hate it. She's always falling out of a goddamn plane. Like, bitch, why the fuck you trying to fly all the time? Like, you can't. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh my god, I'm falling. Save me! I don't gotta work. He can come save me. He hears me yelling.
Oh Lord. Get into the Silver Age. Basically, Lois Lane actually had her own set of comics where she did amazing.
Yep.
Just
Journalism shit.
Like, when I say it, stupid things, but hey, it's the Silver Age. It's just.
I don't know what Silver Age means. But let's table this because we're gonna save this.
We're gonna save another one. We're having this. We're
gonna have a whole. Was it Marvel, Capcom,
Can we dress up?
DMC?
DC.
I don't know. DC.
DC.
Marvel versus DC.
Yes.
Who's Capcom? Marvel, Capcom.
Marvel vs. Capcom. We're talking about the gaming company. Capcom's the gaming company.
Thank you. It's like, what the fuck are you mixing two
This is
different
why we're
things?
having. This is why we're having this.
And this is why my name is Alex. This is why, and that's why his name is Sasha. Now you
So-
understand.
So we're gonna.
Comics for dummies.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
we're gonna.
Comments for don't let people like Sasha.
Because Black Panther comes out next year, and I want to be fully versed in knowing.
We had a whole discussion here with Beth and Travis last time.
Yeah.
The whole Black Panther thing,
Yeah.
the whole ham and everything. That
So
was
we're
a
gonna
good
get
discussion.
we're gonna get all the way into this because I just found out Storm was married to Black Panther.
And divorced.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Why? Because they're both black.
I know.
Well, that's one of the reasons, but then also she's always been African, so
Yeah.
they're both they made a lot of African characters in comics, so it just made it's like okay, well they actually happen to know each other and are badass people and they're both hot, so
Okay.
some good ass fucking.
All
I
right.
wanna see
So
that. They need to record that needs to happen.
It could be worse with the diversity in Marvel now. I mean, we had the Black Iron Man. You know, we have the
It's what?
Asian.
The black girl Iron Man.
whoa.
Yeah.
There's a black girl Iron Man.
Yes.
Yes. Well, there was.
He gave it to her and he gave her the suit and handed it down to like pass his pedestal on to the girl. There's also one where she made her own suit.
Yeah.
She went to MIT, and she was a genius too. And she just made her own shit.
I have to watch this.
No, not watch. You got to read
No,
it.
you got to read it. It's
Comic.
Well, let's wrap up this show.
It's a good one. I like this one. I had fun.
Yeah, this is a good one. We talked about. Let's see. What did we talk about? We got the Trump shit out of the way.
I am.
Stay
God,
posted
I'm
for
so
that.
hungover.
I guess
Jesus.
we'll just.
You weren't
get through
supposed to say
that
the T
together.
word.
Trumpito, my bad. We talked about the differences in growing up urban versus rural. We had a lot of great insight from DeLeon.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. You're coming back.
We'll be
We're bringing
back.
it back.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to do the. We have to do the comics. I'm waiting for it.
Dress up. For what?
I would. Oh, I want to. My gift, like for real. If you want to ever give me anything, you want to give me anything in the world.
I'm taking notes.
Catwoman, catsuit.
Are we talking
With the
60s
shoes.
Catwoman?
Huh?
Halle Berry Catwoman?
Adam West Batman Catwoman?
Or Anne Hathaway Catwoman?
She was good. I loved her. But the outfit, no. No, Halle Berry Catwoman outfit was way better. It's way sexier. That's more cat-like to me. The rips to one side.
But
Yes.
that movie.
Hey, that was the era. That was just that time. It was just that time. I love Daredevil. That was also horrible.
Hey, I
But
like
you know what?
Elektra, so I
But at the
can't
end of the
argue.
day, it is still not Green Lantern. So, bam.
Okay. Let's save this for our show in the future, we'll dig all about it because I'm lost. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I know. That's why I thought you were wrap us up. You're like, I can't talk about this.
And the fight's about to come on. So.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
Alex has plans.
Yeah, I have plans. Fight.
Mayweather, I got $20 on you.
Beat it up like fight night. No one got that?
Yes, I do, but I just don't say that in front of me right now.
No comment.
Yeah, I know everyone hates me. Anyway, so this is the conclusion.
All right.
Love you
Alex,
guys.
close us off.
Stay woke. Enjoy your life.
Enjoy your life.
City or rural, you be
wait, do we
yourself.
have any updates? How's the website?
Bands that make you dance. What happened?
How's the website?
The website is up. Everything's
Up
on
and
there. It has links to the to our jukebox, so we can add these songs to.
Okay.
This also has I'm upload a video of us doing dumb stuff eventually. Have our photos on there as well. It has all the previous episodes. Anything on our
And the website is?
The website is alexsashapodcast.com.
Yep. Log on to alexsashapodcast.com. It has a lot of information.
So
a lot
not
of our
anus?
not anus.
God damn it, Beth.
She's
Yeah.
ruined it forever.
She just ruined our entire thing. We had to change our entire name now because she's.
Yeah. We also have we are going to start, or I should say we are preemptively, but whatever. We will be, I remember that. We will be on iTunes, Google Play as well.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit more convenient for you guys.
Yep.
You'll automatically get notified when we
air new
my
things
God.
and everything because his speaker is a little bit hard to get to. It's more versatile to have the marketing there. And we're debating about SoundCloud.
Yeah, we're still figuring out SoundCloud.
Yep, and YouTube.
YouTube.
We have 2 things on there. It's quite bad. Don't judge us. We're working on that.
Yep. But check us out on the website. Check our Facebook page.
Twitter.
We out here. We are
Out here
doing a lot
getting
of-
it.
Huh?
Out here getting it.
Do what?
We out here getting it.
We out here getting it.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a lot of work behind the scenes, so hopefully this should all come into fruition in the next coming months.
Yep. Keep a lookout.
Be on the lookout. All right, DeLeon, it's great having you on as a guest. I hope you will come on in the future.
Yep.
Do you have any parting words for us?
First off, thank you for having me. And is this the time where I plug in my mixtape?
That's a good one. All right, we are out. We'll see you guys next week.
Nice.
Take care.